Hi everybody, welcome back to part 5 and the last part of switching my N-scale layout. All we have left to do is to put the N&W covered hopper on the interchange and then put the train back together and head to the yard. So after that's done, I'll probably have a little bit of time. I'll do a little wrap up of the design of the layout and my inspiration and things like that. So let's get started.
If you remember, at the end of part 3, we left the caboose and the other cars to go back to the yard on the General Chemical spur, just to keep them off the main line. So now we have to go back and get them, tack them onto the end of the train.
wraps it up. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a blast filming this, but I will be honest. Looking forward to running trains without having to worry about everything being filmed and so when I goof up, whether to edit it out or not. So this is the switch list. Everything is done, signed off down at the bottom. I had put the remarks on from when I filmed it the first time. It said 1 derailment and 1 engine stall. Actually, I think those are wrong now. We did have a couple more engine stalls, but the last 2 segments, no engine stalls. So cleaning my track and cleaning the wheels and the locomotive really made a big difference. And I use this to clean the track and the rails, or the engine wheels and the rails. I've heard bad things about Bright Boys, but unfortunately I've always used a Bright Boy before I started that, so my track probably already has a lot of scratches in it. But if I ever build another layout, I'm not going to have a Bright Boy. Just going to use this stuff because it really works well. Another thing about my layout is I followed, for the most part, this is an unpaid promotion, his principles. So I have all his books and I really enjoy reading them, and I've tried to follow as many of those as I can in building my layout. I think it's really helped. I did switch a little bit too fast, and I talked about that earlier. I have a time constraint here. So when I switch by myself, if I switch the whole layout like that, it'll take me over an hour. But I usually don't switch the whole layout. I usually switch, just different things. I don't ever want it to be like clockwork, like switch 1, switch 2, switch 3. It's always the same thing. I'll get bored. So sometimes the dispatcher will send the switcher down the other track, down the westbound main. And if I have some cars in NAW interchange I have to deliver to General Chemical, I have to go do that first. So I try to throw some wrinkles in so it's not always just doing the same thing all the time. But it keeps me interested anyhow. So if you have any questions or comments about the layout, please let me know. I will be giving updates and talking about it in the future, but I'll maybe have a little short switching things about industry or something. But the major construction is done. You're not going to see any big progress on this layout. However, I do have plans to build another switching layout in another room in the house, and I'll be sharing those with you in the future. So I'll talk to you soon.